And welcome everybody to the Daily Space Weather. I'm your host Dan, aka Smash-A-Mash, coming at you from the Smash News Network as we're wont to do daily, for some reason, despite the pathetic censorship on the YouTube platform. Geospace magnetosphere movies canceled for the day as they are not coming through. We do have ground magnetic perturbation maps, also based on a space weather modeling framework. We couldn't show you Earth's magnetic moment from space, but we'll show you Earth's magnetic moment from the ground. Here it is over the past 4 hours. Ground magnetic perturbations expressed in nanotesla. Geospace delta B changes to Earth's B field. Things are pretty calm at the moment, geomagnetically speaking. And we've got lots more to cover, including coronal holes, sunspots, flare profile, and more. The KP index is at 2. Planetary K index is a measurement of global geomagnetism. And let's see what else we've got going on. How about the real-time solar wind? It's got huge holes in the data. Missing data for a large portion of yesterday in terms of the magnetic field and the phi angle. Also some questionable data here and some possible error bars showing up. Anyway, the current conditions are 365 kilometers per second for the solar wind speed, solar wind density just over 5 protons per cubic centimeter. And let's take a look at cosmic rays, as we haven't done that yet this week. The Opacity neutron monitor showing a slight downtick over the past 30 days there. Almost flat, actually. And at Barentsburg, similarly flat. Actually, it is a slight uptick there at Barentsburg and Opacity. Let's go farther south to Athens, Greece. Here's the Athens, Greece neutron monitor, and we see an uptick there at Athens over the past 30 days. Let's go even farther south to Mexico City. Mexico City almost perfectly flat over the past 30 days. And going even farther north to Oulu, Finland, before we go as far south as we can get, Antarctica. So there's Oulu. Oulu, a slight downtick over the past 30, DOMC Antarctica. That's DOMB Antarctica. More significant downtick at DOMB Antarctica and cosmic ray flux, and a similar downtick there at DOMC Antarctica. Let's look at some more data. The proton flux on Earth, looking flatlined here over the past 3 days. No major flares or anything. We'll get to that in a moment. GOES magnetometers here over the past 3 days, showing some pretty spiky readings here midday yesterday. Little bit of activity happening there. And next we'll go to the heliospheric current sheet. So there is a North Pole current sheet headed this way once again. You can see that North Pole current sheet shown right here in green. South Pole current sheet shown over here in red. Here's a line of sight view. Yes, the line of sight view. You see that blue line moving around wildly. Next, the line of sight coronal hole plot. As we move into the realm of coronal holes, what evil lurks in the hearts of coronal holes? The proton knows. And out the proton blows. We've got some North Pole oriented coronal holes here rotating in. And a transequatorial South Pole coronal hole rotating past the earthly zone. Next, a visual analysis of it in 193 angstroms. Quite a significant coronal hole system here. This is all South Pole-oriented coronal hole area. We can expect a high-speed wind from that in about 2 days. Next, we'll move into sunspots. By the way, consumer tip, there are some new features here on the Integrated Space Weather Analysis page. Solar Flare Scoreboard and Integrated Space Weather Analysis Super Timeline. I haven't done a lot to explore those yet, but perhaps we will look at those in future videos. Current state of affairs is a downtick in solar activity since yesterday. Most likely spot to see major flares would be from this area here, sunspot 2981 and sunspot 2978. They're alternating between alpha and beta class. 2985, looking like it had a moment of beta gamma class classification there. Let's take a look at these in 1700 angstroms. Again, a slight downtick here in solar activity since yesterday. Yet solar cycle 25 has been spectacular so far. Did you know we put videos on BitChute? Look at the view counts on BitChute. 2082, 2121, 2047, 2227, 1343, 1393. Those are the latest. On YouTube, less than 200 views a day. Thanks to our new follower on Twitch. We did already do a live stream by the time this would have premiered. There'll be a couple more on Twitch. Thanks, everybody, for following us over there. Make sure you follow us on Twitter also. There's a very interesting tweet that we just recently shared. You won't be able to see it unless you go visit twitter.com/smashomash. Very interesting retweet from last night. Support the channel via the links. Become a member of the Smash team, perhaps. We replaced Patreon with a superior website. You can also find links to our Redbubble shop there. Right there's a graphical link to it. So check that out. Today's featured product is the Do Not Pole Vault the Caldera socks. It also comes in all kinds of other things like t-shirts and dresses and leggings and sleeveless tops, and you could even get a Do Not Pole Vault the Caldera poster. So yeah, smashomash.com/smash team for exclusive content at the gold, silver, or gold annual paid-up subscription level. Let's move into flaring. No major flares here over the past 24 hours. In fact, solar X-ray profile has dropped down into a B-class range here. So just chilling here. No significant flares over the past 24 hours. And only 2 C-class intensifications over the past 3 days. Next, looking at a star chart, if you're up before dawn, you may see Saturn and Mars and Venus and Jupiter all rising ahead of the closest star. El Sol. Yeah, the third brightest object in the sky right there, folks. Venus, my personal favorite planet. Here's a diagram of the solar system. Keep in mind it's not to scale. And by the way, Jupiter and Saturn aren't going to kill you. Let's move this ahead 1 week. Here's where we'll be in a week, only a couple days from a full moon there on April 15th. We'll close things out with some coronagraph imagery. The view from stereo A here at gravitational equilibrium point Lagrange point 5 and the LASCO SOHO C3 at gravitational equilibrium point Lagrange point 1. We do see some coronal mass ejections here. One of those could be indeed earthly directed. Check it out. The first one looks earthly directed. The second one looks kind of off to the southeast. Anyway, that's today's Daily Space Weather. Thanks for tuning in. Congratulations on realizing we exist despite the pathetic censorship and pathetic algorithmic nonsense on YouTube. May that solar wind be at your back. I've been your host, Dan, a.k.a. Smash-O-Mash, signing off.